If dogs had their own social media platform, it would probably look like what our next guest and his team have created. They have an app. It's called DogPack, and it aims to connect dog owners and build a community for them. And to tell us more about this app, we have reached Dov Punsky. He is one of the founders of DogPack, along with his 3 brothers. So a family affair here, Dov. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Yes, where we did this with my 3 other brothers. Exactly.
All right. So it's you and your 3 brothers. Was there a dog involved in this? Are you a dog owner, Dov?
I'm actually a dog walker in the Montreal area.
So you're out every day with some pups in Montreal.
Every day, yeah.
So I have to say, confession here, full discussion, I'm not a dog owner. Wish I was. I love dogs, but I am not. And I read this and thought, what's the problem here that needed to be solved? What are you tapping into here, Dov?
Well, basically, just to tell you a little bit about myself. So I've been a dog walker in the Montreal area for the last 2 years. And while working with all types of dogs and dog owners, and being a dog owner of a highly energetic dog myself, I realized pretty much all dog owners have one thing in common, and that is that they need to exercise their dogs. And a large percentage of these dog owners, including myself, rely on dog parks to fulfill those needs. So I used to hate arriving to a dog park just to see that nobody's there. Or sometimes there can be a dog that my dog doesn't get along with, and we decide not to go in. And that could be pretty frustrating. On the other hand, sometimes there can be a dog that your dog loves playing with and that is just leaving while you're arriving. And you think to yourself, if only I showed up 30 minutes earlier, my dog would have had an amazing time and would have been exhausted right now.
Okay, and, because these dogs dogs have their own kind of cliques. They have dogs they enjoy hanging out with and dogs they maybe don't get along with?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So just knowing all this information, I knew that there had to be a more efficient way that dogs could meet up at the dog park rather than just showing up to a dog park and hoping for the best.
You say you're the dog owner of a very energetic dog. Tell me a little bit about how much exercise and how you time your dog walks.
So we go out every morning to the mountain. We go out with a pack of about 5 or 6 dogs at a time. And honestly, they just we bring them and they run free for an hour, and then I go drop them all off. So, I use dog parks every day. So, it's a great tool to tire your dog out.
And so as someone who kind of goes to all of some of the different dog parks in Montreal, I assume you spoke with dog owners before creating this. What did you hear from, the dog owners in Montreal?
Well, I'll say this. We've been getting a lot of positive feedback about the app after we launched it. And people have written and called us. They say that this really helps keep the dog community safe. People have also been saying that they've been sharing it with all of their friends because they realize that essentially the more people that are on DogPack, the more useful it becomes. We already have over 2,500 users on our app, and we only launched 1 month ago. So we know the interest is there, and the whole dog culture as a whole has just gotten crazy over the last few years.
Okay, so
just a fun fact is that just between Canada and the USA alone, there's close to 100 million pet dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, 100 million dogs, and that means 100 million owners. You said 2,500 of those are on your app, Dog Park, just here in Montreal. Can you tell me a little bit about how the app works? So if I'm a dog owner, what would I do?
Sure. So basically, DogPack offers a detailed map of every dog park in North America and Australia, and it allows you to check into a dog park before you arrive so that you know which dogs are going to be there before you show up. Every dog has a personal profile with all of the dog's details, such as their weight, their breed, the age of the dog, their gender, and all of this info is going to be public when you're checked into a park. This way, another user can get an idea if their dog will get along with the dog that's checked in based on some of these factors. And since we know that once someone gets to the dog park, any dog owner knows this, is that sometimes the owner's hands can be a little bit full from watching their pups. So that's why we also created a Be There In function, where you simply enter the time you're going to be there, and the system will actually automatically check you in when you're within the perimeters of the park. And this part of the app is where I think it gets really fun and interesting. So basically, by being checked into a dog park through DogPack, it actually tracks how much time you spend at the dog park and how many times you've checked in. So by being checked in through our system, you can actually unlock all different kinds of really cool badges, which earn you treats. So treats are basically like coins or points in another app, same function, and it functions as in-app currency. And users can actually use these treats that they've earned and redeem them in our store for prizes, discount codes, coupons, and all different types of prizes from dog companies that we've teamed up with on our app.
Okay, yeah. I was wondering if there was a monetary aspect to this, because as far as I was able to see, DogPack is free to use.
Yes, 100% free to use.
But it links you to then a store.
So the store section on our app is actually people that sponsored prizes on our store. They don't have to pay to be on the app either. We're really right now, we're not focusing too much on revenue, because we know at this point that the more sponsors that there are on the app, the better the app is going to be for the user. Eventually, perhaps we'll have some ideas to monetize the app, but right now we're not thinking about money at this stage. Our present goal is really just to gain users and continue growing the dog community.
Yeah, part of me feels like I'm watching a pitch on Dragon's Den, if you will. It sounds very Dragon's Den-ish, which I love that show, by the way. I watch it every week. But I'm wondering if you've been approached by any investors to get in on this, because as you mentioned, dog owners are such passionate people when it comes to their four-legged, family members. And this data, I mean, you have all the dog owners there. You have the breed, you have their age, you have what they like. And I'm wondering if that has come up at all, if you've been approached by investors to have access to this data.
Again, at this point, like I said, we approached some investors that we're speaking with now, but we're really early in the game, I think, to be thinking like this. We want to gain some more users meanwhile, and hopefully in the future we'll have an investment from a third party.
As someone, Dov, because you're a dog walker, and now you have this app which kind of keeps track of all the dog parks in the city. What's your sense? Does Montreal have enough dog parks?
Oh, yeah. If you just open up the DogPack app now, any dog owner that opens it up, you're going to discover some new parks that I guarantee are within driving or walking distance that you've never even heard of. Because users also have the option to put in unofficial dog parks if they'd like to add one. And these are essentially, they're just like fields where people take their dogs, where it's maybe a gray area, but it's like sort of a spot in the community where everyone knows they could bring their dogs there to run around off leash. So there's also different pins on the map that show you different kinds of parks.
Have you, through the app, been able to identify certain neighborhoods where, it seems to be a hub of dog lovers and dog owners?
I think, honestly, right now, it's pretty much every city in North America is just, obsessed with dogs. It just seems that the whole culture, especially since COVID started, the whole culture just really exploded. And I even personally know people that said they'd never get a dog, and they have a dog now. So,
and yeah. You did this with your three brothers. How was that? Are you still all talking to each other? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We work really well together, and honestly, I'm lucky to be working with them, and I'm lucky that I have people that I can trust and work with on a daily basis.
What's been your parents' reaction to this?
My parents, they're very proud, especially since they would always say that there's nothing more important than family, and we should always stick together. So for them, seeing the four of us work together, it makes them very proud and happy.
Well, it is called DogPack. It is free for users, and as you mentioned, you'll see where you take it afterward. But right now, 2,500 users on the app. Do you see expanding this to other cities outside of Montreal?
Oh, absolutely. We're already all over the U.S. and Montreal, and people in Australia that are using it on a daily basis. So the 2,500 users are not all from Montreal. They're from really all around the globe.
And just before I let you go, because this is something that's popping into my mind now, have any privacy concerns come up? Because people are putting in where they'll be, at a certain time of day and so on.
Exactly. So we do actually have an option in the app where you can block a user. And if you block a user, they will not be able to see when you check in. They won't be able to see posts that you post. They won't be able to see anything that you do on the app. So right now, that's the privacy we have on the app. And also, if you're alone at a dog park late at night and you see you're the only one there, maybe it's smart. The smartest thing is maybe just not to check in if you're feeling scared.
Dev Punsky, we'll leave it there for today. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, Sabrina. Thank you so much for having me.
Hi, Akil. So when exactly were the low-floor buses first rolled out?
Hi, Jennifer. STM spokesperson Philippe Derry told me that the Nova LFS buses went into service